Hi, in this video, we're going to continue to talk about conditions and introduce the idea of a Boolean type. Okay, so I want to look just a little more in detail about a condition. So this condition here, after the if keyword, is an expression that is evaluated to either true or false. Now, true or false is so important in Python that they actually have two objects that are dedicated in Python to represent the meaning of true and the meaning of false. So yeah, you can literally write this piece of code like this. You can create some variables, and in this example, let me see, did I type this out? Excuse me, when I try to search for it, I guess I did not type it out. Okay, sorry, I thought I typed it out. Okay, you can literally say, this variable is Wednesday, it's true. Now, if it is true, if it is Wednesday, then it says homework is due today. Okay, if is Wednesday is false, then homework is not due. Okay, so you can use these two. I mean, I say they're objects. You can think of them as just meaning true or false. You can use these two words in places where to say whether something is true or false. And okay, what's important? The thing that I want about these two words is true and false. They are what's called Boolean values. Okay, and in Python, they are of the type bool, just like the type int and the type string. There's a type bool, and the type bool has two values, true and false. As a matter of fact, I think it's a good place that you learn another built-in function, and this is the function type and some expressions, which can tell you the type of any expressions. So I had a few examples here. I believe I typed that out here. Right. The first thing is, okay, what is the type of the expression true? And then what is the type of expression 3 less than 1? What is the type of the string? And if I do some calculation and remember the result in full, what is the type of full? So think about it for a little bit before I run this. I'm going to run it now. All right, the type of the first expression, true, like I said, is of the type bool. You can ignore the class for now. That is object-oriented part of the of CS3A that we'll cover in a couple of weeks. So for now, the important thing is true is of the type bool, and 3 less than 1. That's an expression that actually compare 1 to 3 and compare 3 to 1 and ask the question, is 3 less than 1? So that evaluates to false, and false is the type bool. And I hope that the next one should be simple. This is a string, that's why the type is a string. And lastly, you add 3 numbers together, that's another number. Well, in this case, it's an integer. So that's why the type is an integer. Okay, so this is type is a function that kind of show you let you peek inside of how Python works internally. So here's another simple exercise for you. Remember what we said when we use the input function. We said that what it returns is always a string. So you can verify that in this statement, after this statement, when we assign the return value of input to the variable side, you can try to print out the type of the variable side, and hopefully you'll see that it's a string. And then basically any other time you want to check the type of an expression, you can just put that expression inside the type function. Right? Here I ask you to try, print out the type of a floating point number 3.14. You should know what to expect. So give that a shot.